Hey, check it out. So I've been drawing images because I'm an artist, and I wanted to share with you some understanding that I have about details, lines, patterns, things like that. You go through life acquiring new skills, new understanding, or developing your understanding. And think about that. When you're young, you don't have any of that. Everything's confusing. You don't know how to separate one thing from another thing. Everything's just bombarding all your senses, and you're kind of struggling to deal with all of it, right? And we come into this programmed world, this system that we've designed over time. We have all these different regulations, all these different ways of acting, all these different ways of thinking. You're placed into the education system, into classrooms. You're taught how to look at one thing and another thing, look at math, look at science, that sort of stuff. Everything's so defined. Everything has walls and you're closed in. You can't move, that sort of thing, right? You're trapped. Everything's trying to trap you because you're uncontrollable from the beginning, right? You don't know how to control yourself because you don't understand anything, right? But through time, there's this process, this transition, right? Between that and something else, you become more controllable. You become more capable of understanding what control is, understanding what, understanding how to separate the noise from the things that you're trying to observe, okay? You go through this process of developing that ability to do that, okay? And I do it with my art and my drawings. My patterned ways I've developed to isolate one specific behavior in a way, one specific type of life. Everybody's doing it in their own way, okay? And you might have a reaction to say, hey, that's not right. You don't know anything. No, you should know this, you should know that. But why do you think that way? It's because everybody else has thought that way too and imposed their own views on you. In the way we reflect that. I reflect that too. In the way that I say these things. But I'm showing you that it's all patterned. It's all, everybody's mimicking everybody else. Everything people do, people have done in the past. We just kind of build upon it. Kind of trapped in a way. But when you start understanding it, you could break the patterns, you could change it, you could do stuff differently. Or at least believe that you can do it and seek something else. Even if what you are actually doing is the same thing, you could actually just go with it and take notice when things aren't how they are supposed to be, right? When you notice something new. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do something new and tell people what's going on here, right? It's interesting. These patterns. This process where we come from something undefined into space. Right? What is that? You can't define that. It has no sides. We come from within that. We're inside the line, okay? Following the lines, following the paths on the roads as we drive, okay? When we walk through the hallways in the education systems or wherever we are, right? We go up the stairs, go down the stairs, go in the elevator, down the elevator, right? That's strange. Put our shoes on, take our shoes off. What's up with that? It's all pattern that we've defined. It allows us to focus on one thing only. They want you to focus on one thing only. But what is that? If you can't relate it to anything else, right? The only thing you can relate it to is the space, the background that brings it into focus, right? That's what they say in art. You got the positive and negative space, right? That's what they say. What's between that? Huh? Think about that. What's between that? You never thought about that before, have you? You got the positive and negative space, but what's between that? It's a pattern. It's a pattern of the positive and negative intertwining itself together to create this feeling of something greater than the two parts, right? They don't tell you that. Think about it. It's everywhere. It's in everything you do. It's in everything that everybody else does, right? You just gotta look at it. You gotta sense it. You gotta feel it. Just like the eyes scanning over a piece of paper, looking at an image, noticing the distinctions between light and dark. The rods and cones feel that. The fluctuations in the light, right? Tries to understand it. Tries to understand the translation, that pattern between it. We're all inside it, okay? Following that path, okay? Yeah, you gotta wake up. You gotta look at the details, okay?